Hello, YouTube. Welcome to midterm week. During midterm week, I reinstall the teacher station or the smartboard station with all the latest stuff that I need. Now, what I did different this year is that here is my teacher station right here. I set it up just like a student station, exactly. Um, then I added a second user, the main user here being Legolas. The second user is my main user, Shadowfax, has all my tweaks and stuff built in, and there, need a password to get there. So the thing is, when you boot up the machine, it goes straight to this screen, and this is just like a student machine, and it's got Sage, and it's got the trig table, and it's got T83 emulator, and it's got well, this is the T83 emulator and T89 emulator, and there's not much else to it. So let me go through the student setup. Also, what's different about my machine is that I'm using a 32-bit version of Ubuntu. I got I think Saucy Salamander is 13.10. Is that what it is? And that's what we have here. So, but the student stations all have 64-bit. The reason I use 32-bit here, even though I have a 64-bit machine as well, is that Smart Notebook 10 and 11 only come out in a 32-bit form, and I didn't want to play around with fooling my 64-bit version into thinking it was a 32-bit version to install 32-bit apps. That's sort of clunky, so I'm just 32-bit back here. So all the machines in the back of the room, my teacher station that controls the smartboard, which I'm on right now, this is what you're looking at, and my servers, they're all 32-bit. The difference being, though, for these machines is that my machine does not have a proxy. So let me just show you what we did for the student section on my blog. There it is. All right, so this is the blog about our cluster independent study class, where we reinstalled all the student stations. This is one of them, and so that we can use it as a base for MPI cluster, or a Linux supercomputer. There you go. And you can see this on my blog if you go to the latest post on, so here's my blog. Ding. Shadowfax Cluster Rant, 2009-2014, Scientific Computing, blah, 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 blah. Okay. And if you take a look at the latest post for systheta or clustering, you can search clusters, you get this post. Now this includes what we did this month. We're playing around with Fortran 90 and MPI CC and all that stuff, and the Pelican HPC DVD and all this fun stuff and blah, blah, blah. But let's go back to the first meeting in November. That's this one, right? Yeah. Which detailed how we finally decided to set up all the student stations. So here's the student stations, here's the room, and here's another view of the room. And we had it set up so that when you boot up each machine, it automatically starts up the 83 emulator. I changed that since. I'll tell you what I did. So here we go. Let's just go through this. We finally got the new 64-bit Ubuntu 13.10 desktop called Saucy Salamander installed correctly on all our student PCs, and I'll upgrade my station at a later date. We got this down to a science. So I'll get to this, what I did for the teacher station or the smartboard station, in another video, another screencast, okay? So download the latest ISO from Ubuntu.com and burn 8 DVDs and install the DVD, very basic install, plain vanilla defaults. Then edit your Ethernet connection. Now, if you go to the Ethernet connection here, and here, and here, and here, you'll see what we did. All the machines in this room have an intranet address of 10.5.129. And the student stations are 1 through 24 minus 25. There's the net mask, there's the gateway, there's the DNS, and that's really all you have to set up. So there you go. And what else? What else? Let's see. Set up your proxies. Okay, so you go over here and system settings and network. and network proxy. Now my machine has no proxy, but everybody else has a proxy set. Alrighty, so I can get this YouTube and stuff that they can't. Okay, settings and appearances. This is according to your own taste, but we did appearance. I did it this way. I made this my desktop, the trig table, and I changed the color of the background and so forth. This, I didn't do anything with this. And then we also did brightness. I basically turned all this off. It made this an hour, so that you don't need a password for this and the student stations. For this user, the Legolas user, is your default user. It's just for students basically, or for a sub, I guess, who's coming in or someone wants to use my computer without messing up all my files. Yay! So there you go. So we did that. We did that. We did that. Then the printers. Printers are easy too. Down here, yellow. I set up a Xerox Phaser 4510. Let's see if I can show the settings. We have an internet for the IP for the printers in the school, like this. Okay, very simple to set up. Nice. There you go. And whoops, get out of this. There you go. And that's system settings. Let me minimize this. Okay, what else do we do? Okay, then we edit sources in the Ubuntu Software Center. So I guess I don't need to keep this. I'll get rid of this. I'm done with this. Alrighty, and what does that mean? Well, if you go into Ubuntu Software Center and hang on, where are you? And you go to File, Edit, Sources, and you get here. And I like the main server, so I closed that. I set that up, and I closed it. And all right, we'll minimize this for now. And then you do sudo apt-get update and sudo apt-get upgrade. Whoops, that's a typo. I got to fix that. You know what? Let me fix that right now before I forget. Actually, I got that here, don't I? Aha. Edit. All right, let me just edit this block a little bit. Where were we? Upgrade, right? Ding. All right, save that. And I can get rid of this. And get over here and view that one. Where is it? View. It goes straight to that one blog post. There you go, perfect. Let's get back to where we were. December, November, right here, right? Okay. Alrighty, there it is, upgrade. And then we use the Ubuntu Software Center to install Wine and Emu. Now Wine I need for TI Lem. I don't know what that stands for, that's strange. That's a new emulator we're using for the TI-83, and this one is in the Ubuntu Software Center for TI-89. You have to have your own ROMs, don't forget. Download your own ROMs, please. And Wine, how did I get that? Well, in the Software Center, you just type Wine. And it's the first choice right here. And notice I installed it, and more information. Okay, Wine is compatibility layer for running Windows applications on Linux. So that's very useful when you're wanting to play, StarCraft or something. And back to here. Now, and then I did TI-EMU this way also. Take a look here, back up. TI-EMU, TI-EMU. There it is, and it's installed, and this program is run from the terminal, right? And it emulates calculators of the type of 89, 92, and 200. Someone said somewhere along the line that this also has capabilities to emulate Inspire, or was that TI-LEM? LEM, whatever that is. I don't know, it's one of those. These are new emulators that we haven't used before, but they seem to be good. Alrighty, so let's go back to here. So I did that, I did that, I did that, I did all of that. You could, where did I put this? Well, if you go into Home, I put them right here, see? So I just put them in my home, and then when you first run TI-EMU or TI-LEM, it asks you where your ROMs are. So there you go, that's easy. What else? What else? What else? Download and extract TILM. Well, I have that on my. I downloaded it from somewhere. Let's see. Do I have that here? Yeah, I downloaded it from here. All right. So lpgticalc.org, project TILM. And here's some information about TIEMU also. In the same site, project TIEMU. Notice I'm using Screencast-O-Matic, by the way, right now. We'll talk about more about that later when we get to the tweaks I did on Shadowfax. This is the Legolas video, so I'll stick to that. So download that, and then if you go, let's see, where did I have that? I think here. And you unzip it. This is just a general T83 manual. I don't need that. You unzip it, you get this. Then you run this, and it goes into Wine, and it installs it like a Windows program in your Wine fake C drive, right? So there you go. What else did we do? Let's see. La 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 la. We downloaded the Sage zip file. I'll call it a zip file. From sagemath.org, the latest version of Sage, and of course I have the 32-bit version on here, but the 64-bit version on the student stations, and that's easy to install too. Where did I do that? We just you just unzip it, and then it makes a folder, and that's it. I put that on the home screen. I'm sorry, on the desktop, and then we made this alias to make it easy to run Sage from the terminal. You run TIMU from the terminal. You run Sage from the terminal. TILM creates a shortcut on your desktop. And so we added this alias, and we sourced Bashrik so that we could get to Sage right away. Then all we have left on the desktop is the Sage directory, a shortcut for TILM, and our handy-dandy trig table. To use TILM, you just click on the shortcut. To use TIMU or Sage, you just type that in a terminal. But what I did was I also added some bash scripts on the desktop to do that for you. And so I did add these to the startup menu, but that was, it took a while. It wasn't handy, so I got rid of that. So I'm doing this. I'll show you right here. All right. Let's minimize all this stuff. So there's Sage. When you unpack it, there it is. So you can run it from here, or you can run it from here. Now, well, actually, no. If you want to run, I'm sorry, I made a script for TIEMU, but I didn't make a script for Sage. So if you want to run Sage, you can do this, and just type Sage, and come on. So we have version 5.4.1, and you can run stuff from here, or you can write notebook. And I made Chrome my default browser, so I think it opens up in Chrome. Or not. Yeah, it's in Chrome. And interesting. So you can make a worksheet here. Alrighty. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. Okay, so get rid of that. I get rid of this. Or let's do it. You could do this. You can do. Did I click it? Sage-N in a terminal, and it'll go straight to a notebook. Unless you want the terminal, that's fine. And there you go. So I'll get rid of both of these. Yep. Goodbye. Okay. To use TIEMU, just click it. Now this is the bash script. It's very complicated. But if you want to run it, you just do this. And there you go. Fine. Now, the issue with this, though, is you have to make properties, change your properties permissions to executable, right? That used to be enough in Ubuntu 11 and 12, and even 9 and 10, as far as I recall. That was enough to make it executable. But in this version, let me see, let me get out of this. In this version of Ubuntu, what's open? All right, you got to go. Why is this open? Quit this. All right, if you go in your home, that's my home. There's not much here. This is a brand new install, by the way. You go to Files, you go to Preferences, you go to Behavior, and then you have to click. It says View Executable Text Files. That's all it does. So it goes straight into gedit, a text editor, and that's it. It doesn't run it. Um, if you want to make it easy to edit, um, I click Ask each time, so you can choose. Or you can just click Run each time if that's all you wanted to do. And there you go. So that one little hiccup was a pain to figure that out. What if I want to use it T83? There it is. And there you go. So that's basically the student station is just like this. And there's a lot of extra stuff I added here. I'll talk about that in my next video about Shadowfax, my smartboard user. Or actually, it's not really a smartboard user anymore because I'm tweaking it to use Splashtop or TeamViewer and a Droid tablet instead of a smartboard, although I could still use a smartboard. Anyway, more details on that in the Shadowfax video. So I think that's all we got to say. So bye-bye.